live. Hit this track and do you dance like you Karen Lacey. Bring it back to time, Matthew to the house, baby. It's Tingle and Co. From 7 to 9. Come keep with the show. It's a new era. Let's get it, let's go. From 7 to 9. It's Tingle and Co. It's Tingle and Co. From 7 to 9. Come keep with the show. It's a new era. Let's get it, let's go. From 7 to 9. It's Tingle and Co. What up, Lloyd? What up, Lloyd? You can call me him. I'm Shay Dixon in the whip with them RPMs. Gotta pull up to the chat and shit out to them. I'm trying to ball like Big Folk, then get out the gym. Monday through Friday from 7 to 9. When you see that notification, we about to go live. Hit this track and do you dance like you Karen Lacey. Bring it back to time, Matthew to the house, baby. It's Tingle and Co. From 7 to 9. Come keep with the show. It's a new era. Let's get it, let's go. From 7 to 9. It's Tingle and Co. Word up. Word up. It's Tingle and Co. From 7 to 9. Come keep with the show. It's a new era. Let's get it, let's go. From 7 to 9. It's Tingle and Co. What up, Lloyd? What up, Lloyd? You can call me him. I'm Shay Dixon in the whip with them RPMs. Gotta pull up to the chat and shit out to them. I'm trying to ball like Big Folk, then get out the gym. Monday through Friday from 7 to 9. When you see that notification, we about to go live. Hit this track and do you dance like you Karen Lacey. Bring it back to time, Matthew to the house, baby. It's Tingle and Co. From 7 to 9. Come keep with the show. It's a new era. Let's get it, let's go. From 7 to 9. It's Tingle and Co. Word up. Word up. It's Tingle and Co. From 7 to 9. Come keep with the show. It's a new era. Let's get it, let's go. From 7 to 9. It's Tingle and Co. What up, Lloyd? What up, Lloyd? You can call me him. I'm Shay Dixon in the whip with them RPMs. Gotta pull up to the chat and shit out to them. I'm trying to ball like Big Folk, then get out the gym. Monday through Friday from 7 to 9. When you see that notification, we about to go live. Hit this track and do you dance like you Karen Lacey. Bring it back to time, Matthew to the house, baby. It's Tingle and Co. From 7 to 9. Come keep with the show. It's a new era. Let's get it, let's go. From 7 to 9. It's Tingle and Co. Word up. Word up. It's Tingle and Co. From 7 to 9. Come keep with the show. It's a new era. Let's get it, let's go. From 7 to 9. It's Tingle and Co. What up, Lloyd? What up, Lloyd? You can call me him. I'm Shay Dixon in the whip with them RPMs. Gotta pull up to the chat and shit out to them. I'm trying to ball like Big Folk, then get out the gym. Monday through Friday from 7 to 9. When you see that notification, we about to go live. Hit this track and do you dance like you Karen Lacey. Bring it back to time, Matthew to the house, baby. It's Tingle and Co. From 7 to 9.
Ready to go.
Good morning and welcome in here on this Friday.
Told you I could do it.
Wrap up the week. There you go. Take over right now.
No, it's not about to say what you're gonna say. I don't want to host this show. Look, ugh. All right, see y'all Monday.
Welcome in. Appreciate you guys.
For
You're gonna give me an aneurysm. Joining us here on this Friday as we close out the week here. What a day it was yesterday. But good morning, all of you. Appreciate everyone being here. Lloyd, good morning to you, sir.
Good morning to you, sir. Fonz, I see you in the chat. We were here. We were just having just a little conversation off air about what we're going to talk about on air, and that some of this off air bleeds to on air because there is a conversation that I think is worth having, but we will save it.
Yes. And look, I mean, this is part of the reason why we're maybe a little bit after 7 is because we want to converse before the show starts so that we are in the flow and like really get into it.
Five-time
the cameras are on. Double gulp. We want to be ready when the cameras come on.
The alarm doesn't turn off until 6:50. So
yeah, I mean we do have to wait for the alarm because that's just part of life. But good morning. And welcome in. Obviously, big news day yesterday. But how are all of you in the chat this morning? Let's see what everybody's got to say. Sabrion Green. Huh?
Why don't you read Fonz?
Yeah, so we'll start with Sabrion.
Okay.
Boys, is BK and the boys going on a heater or what? Where everyone at? Kenny Bilala, good morning, Team Pins. Hope everyone has a great, productive, wonderful, and blessed day and weekend. Go Tigers. Glimmer Fredette, good morning to my fave crew. Good morning to you, sir.
Fonz Fraley, good morning, cum guzzler.
Kingpins. Good morning, Fonz.
Good morning.
Matthew Vincent, Kyle Williams had to prove something after he got the LSU job because he's only coached high school football. After the commitment of Lamar Brown, he is showing us that he is one hell of a recruiter. We will obviously get into that as well. Brian Burgess, good morning and happy fantastic Friday. I pray you all are having an awesome and blessed morning so far. Mike, so get here early then.
We can
only get in the door so early, but maybe we'll just
trying to avoid the police. I'm like the have you seen Holes with Shia LaBeouf?
I have seen Holes, classic.
I'm like the danger. Whenever he's I think I know who you are. Oh.
2 big recruiting gets yesterday, says Brian Burgess. And then obviously we will have Glen West, Big GW, joining us
at
8 a.m. this morning. I texted him to come on earlier in the week, and he was like, sorry, can we push it back? Coming back, I think from Puerto Rico, I believe. He was on a little vacation. Very much deserved, because Glen's been crushing it over at 247. And so he's going to join us today to recap all the recruiting news yesterday from the Tigers' big day. A lot of news in general for LSU football yesterday. We'll go roll through the headlines real quick. Obviously,
recruiting got me again.
Do what?
Recruiting's got me again.
No, buddy.
It's the drug I can't quit.
Yesterday
I done relapsed.
That was electric. Mm-hmm. The headlines from yesterday, obviously the one we're talking about right now, number 1 athlete in the country, Louisiana's number 1 player on campus at University Lab School, was picking really between LSU and Texas A&M. And Lamar Brown yesterday at about 12:15 announced his commitment to Louisiana State University to play for the LSU Tigers. A massive addition to this 26 class. And, I mean, like Lloyd said, it was a feeling that I feel like I hadn't felt in a while. Like, watching it happen live.
I know.
Watching it happen live on ESPN like that, where I was just sitting there and really not knowing what exactly was going to happen. Like, having a feeling about it. We threw it out predictions yesterday. Obviously, I said A&M, because I really felt like it was a toss-up, and one of us had to pick A&M. Mm-hmm. But Lloyd looks like the genius going with LSU, and we obviously talked to Jarrett Roser yesterday as well, and he said it felt like it was up in the air too. I haven't, a lot of times you'll kind of get the tea leaves before it happens of kind of where it's going to go. This one was straight up in the air, and you saw it happen live on ESPN. We'll get into it as the show rolls on and get some sound from Lamar Brown as well from yesterday's commitment. They followed that up with another commitment yesterday as DeAnthony Lafayette commits to LSU, a Louisiana name, but a Florida boy. He's from Orlando, but he's got the Lafayette name, which looks like a Louisiana name, but it's not. He's from Orlando. He's a 3-star edge rusher. When you really start to look at his size, he's 6'1", 240, so kind of a tweener, like not the usual edge rusher build. that LSU has been looking for or has used when you think about a Swinson or Damian Shanklin, a little bit smaller than them. But he chose the Tigers over Oklahoma and in-state Miami. He is a 3-star. He's a riser. We'll obviously get into his commitment as well. But there was some more news in the recruiting. 2 big commitments yesterday, both on the defensive line for the Tigers. In other news, this time for LSU football as well, but not in a player standpoint, the LSU football staff makes another massive, massive addition. As New Orleans native and LSU alum Jeff Martin is returning to the Tigers and has been hired as the executive director of player personnel. He's served a bunch of different roles in his time at LSU. He's been a part of the last 3 national championships under Saban, Miles, Anno. Now he's returning to be a part of Kelly's staff in the Brian Kelly era at LSU. A massive, massive addition on what feels like a dream team that's being put together on the LSU football front. When you talk about this coaching staff that they have under Brian Kelly, and then Austin Thomas and his staff from a operations standpoint, really does kind of feel like a dream team being put together. And we will also dive more into that as the day rolls on. I saw an interesting piece of content put out yesterday by the Saints on the day that EA College Football officially dropped. They did a little college football tidbit on the social media, and Foster Morrow and Tyrann Mathieu both put out their Mount Rushmores of LSU football players. If we want to pop the graphics up on the screen so you guys can see who two former Tigers put on their Mount Rushmore of former Tigers. Here is Tyrann Mathieu's. Pretty basic. I guess one feels like it is, no big surprises. You obviously have the 3 Heisman winners, and then his role model, debatably the greatest corner in LSU history, Patrick Peterson, as well on that list. And then Foster Morrow is the one where he got a little more exciting. And we're going to play the video for you later in the show when he just explains his list, because it is an absolutely unhinged response to, what's your Mount Rushmore of LSU football players? At one point he says, can I get 4 Danny Etlings, please?
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, yeah, you can, actually. You did perfect. But he puts his list as well. I forgot exactly. I know he had Burrow as well, Glen Dorsey, yeah, Billy Cannon, and then Richard Dixon. That's a tight end's answer right there, to throw Richard Dixon on the Rushmore. But obviously Glen Dorsey, greatest defensive lineman in LSU history. Joe Burrow, greatest quarterback in LSU history.
And they let Foster clearly pick the pictures. This is Tyrann's picture of Joe.
Yep.
This is
Foster went with the Joe he knows. That's 2018 Joe.
That's right.
That's what that is. And then obviously Billy Cannon, the original Heisman winner for the Tigers. We might throw our own Mount Rushmores out at you later on in the show. Next up on the news this morning, the MLB draft is this weekend, Sunday and Monday. Get prepared to hear Cade Anderson's name very, very early on. Cokie Riley put out a nice tweet the other day that showed all the LSU players and commits that were in that top 50 for the MLB draft, to really get a feel for what names to be on the lookout for when you hear the names called this weekend, and what to kind of expect where you'll hear them. Obviously, Cade Anderson, right now, it appears he is going to be the number 1 pick in the draft. If everything kind of sits still, a lot of the mock drafts have him going number 1, which would be, as LSU's won 2 natties in the last 3 years. Following up the natties, their ace has been selected 1-1 if Anderson goes at the top of the draft. Here are some of those names. Quentin Young is a player. I don't know if you've seen any of the clips that have come out of him. I remember when I first saw it, I was like, oh, this guy, if he could make it to campus. And then I watched a few more clips, and I was like, this cat's not making it to campus. No. But obviously, Cade Anderson at number 1, Einson there at 45, Shores at 68, Dickinson at 84, Fry at 132, which is an interesting spot. We'll see kind of what that means for Ethan Fry. But yeah, this is Quentin Young right here. I mean, buddy, that is a professional baseball player.
I'm so glad I went to a 2A school. I wouldn't have played a fucking lick. Like, that's a professional baseball player.
Yes. No, I mean, I saw some of the clips of him just catching in the outfield. Or, no, he's a shortstop, or playing shortstop. And I was like, oh, this guy, I mean, it'd be great if he made it to campus. And then I saw him hit, and I was like, he's not coming to campus.
He went 111, 109 off the bat with 2 homers into the camera well in dead center.
Yeah, that's a professional baseball player. 36 might be a little low on the draft board. But we'll obviously be on the lookout to hear what names come out from LSU in the draft this weekend. Excited to see where Cade Anderson ends up if it is indeed number 1 overall. Just a few 2 claps this morning. I want to give 2 claps to the 2026 defensive lineman class that LSU has put together. Right now, with yesterday's commitment of Lamar Brown, they have 3 players with a 5-star designation from at least one service. Obviously, Richard Anderson, who debatably is the best player in the state, right up there with Lamar Brown. And then the guy that they got on July 4th, Trenton Henderson, the big edge rusher out of Pensacola Catholic in Pensacola, Florida, 6'4", 225. Those are 3 5-star guys on that defensive line that are currently committed to the Tigers. If this holds true and these guys make it to campus, even if you take Trenton Henderson out of it, no offense to Henderson, he's a player, but just these top 2 are in-state guys. This was the first thing that popped into my head after I saw Lamar Brown commit yesterday was the potential of Lamar Brown and Richard Anderson on the same D-line at some point in purple and gold. If y'all haven't seen both of these guys play defensive line, I suggest this year you tune into our high school football coverage because you'll get to see it. Richard Anderson, I think Ash last season was undefeated in what's arguably the toughest district in high school football in Louisiana, where you have, West Monroe, West Ouachita, Ruston, Neville, that district is loaded. JT Lindsay and Ash ran all the way through it, ending 10-0, made it all the way to the state championship game, and then ran into Richard Anderson and had no answer. You heard Jarrett Roser talk about it yesterday. That deserves 2 claps because that is a bright, bright future on the defensive line at LSU. 2 claps. Ready. Next up is this Lamar Brown quote. I think this had plenty of LSU fans fired up because in the world LSU is currently living in when it comes to recruiting, it is very hard to get excited about commitments because of what happened with DeCorian Moore and Bryce Underwood and Cade Phillips, and go down the list of commits that ended up decommitting and signing elsewhere. Lamar Brown put out on Twitter yesterday after his commitment, "I'm locked in, man. Ain't none of that. It ain't over till the ink dry. Everybody had their chance. I'm just blessed to be able to call LSU home. If you're not with us, then you're Tiger Bait." I mean, this right here should be music to LSU fans' ears. Lamar
also
Brown.
Something you can't walk back.
No, I mean, this is it's not this. It ain't over till the ink dry. He was like, everybody had their chance. If you're not with us, then you're Tiger Bait. Lamar Brown. Couldn't have said it better myself, my friend. 2 claps. Ready. There is your headlines and 2 claps for this morning. Obviously, the big news yesterday is Lamar Brown. We will get into that. I don't want you to forget that we are brought to you every day by right here, CAS Roofing and Advising. Our guy Pierce Patterson over at CAS, 225-910-0619. Pierce will be making the Clemson trip with us. We'll have a little CAS on the trip with us. Maybe check out some roofs in Clemson, South Carolina. But don't forget to call Pierce over at CAS. Get your roof inspected. Get ready for hurricane season and as the weather continues to roll on. You don't want it to be a leak when you find out you need a new roof, because then usually there are other problems that come with that. You would prefer to get out ahead of it, get that roof taken care of before the leaks happen. And the way you do that is by calling 225-910-0619, getting a free inspection and estimate of your roof. And then the guys over at CS will take very, very good care of you. Make sure you call 225-910-0619 and get your roof checked today. Tell them you heard about it on Tingle & Co.
Pierce said if you beat him in the Oklahoma drill, free roof.
Yeah, good luck.
Do you mean on the roof?
Yeah, on the roof. Well, and they've also thrown out the idea of us doing a show
From a
roof, which I think at some point you might have to make that happen. Maybe not right now because it's pretty hot outside. But when it cools off a little bit, I'll hop up on a roof, bring that mic up there with me, get the camera angles right. Good morning and welcome into the roof.
Oh, roof's up.
Roof?
No.
Boo.
CAS on your ASS.
I think they might like that.
Yeah.
But obviously the news yesterday, Lamar Brown, the number one athlete in America, the number one player in the state of Louisiana, he is committed to the LSU. This is going to be us. This is when I first thought about it. Was I was watching Workaholics, and I was like, we could do that.
Yeah. Oh, it takes a little.
Just a couple mic. You just got to put the XLR cords into each other. You got to tag a couple together. You make everything unnecessarily inappropriate.
Sex
and then
LR.
get it up to the roof.
Starlink.
So, yes, Starlink. Shout out.
Tommy G.
But good morning to all of you. How is everyone feeling after yesterday? On a scale of 1 to 10, how fired up did Lamar Brown putting that big hat in the purple and gold on his head? And then my favorite part, the part that fired me up the most, was unzipping that hoodie and having the championship golds on underneath.
That's a tiger.
Talk about the ultimate play.
All feel.
I mean, like, the best decision you could have made. Here's Lamar Brown making his commitment.
Texas A&M, and Miami. Lamar, where will you be playing college football?
First off, I like to thank God. Without him, it'd be possible. Second, my support system, my teammates. I get to go with them almost every day. So, just everybody that was with the process with me. So, hard choice, but I decided to do it. With that being said, for the next 3 or 4 years, I'll be committing to Louisiana State University.
What a moment. Sabrion Green gave me chills. I'll tell you what. I was sitting on the couch, had my laptop, I was doing a little bit of work, and I looked at the clock and I was like, oh, it's 12:13. I click over to ESPN2. My sister was at the house. She was like, so is he going to go to LSU or what? I was like, I have no idea.
Shut
Don't
up.
talk about it.
Yeah.
Like, stop. I don't know where he's going to go. We're about to find out. Well, then later on yesterday, my sister looks at me. She goes, you know that guy, he ended up picking LSU? I was like, yeah, we watched it live.
Oh.
Didn't pay attention, but
That's the dynamic.
man, I was fired up when I saw him make the decision and then have that gold jersey on. Like Lloyd said it, all-time feel. Like there's not a better play you could have made than having the championship golds on. It was awesome.
Jay
awesome.
done it again.
I mean,
Credit where credit's due.
credit where credit's due, man. Shout out to Lamar Brown. But yeah, look, this is a big time get for LSU on multiple fronts. It was obviously said in the chat earlier, the Kyle Williams front. Like this should not be understated about what it means. Obviously, I think Frank Wilson had a lot to do with this recruitment. Frank Wilson has probably been leading this recruitment since Lamar Brown was an 8th grader, and they first got to look at him at an LSU camp. Like this is who he goes and gets the top talent in this state of Louisiana. That is Uncle Frank. But when the move was made, when Bo Davis went to the Saints and LSU now gets Kyle Williams to be the new D-line coach, there were a lot of questions up in the air. Was the D-line room going to be able to stay intact? The one that Bo Davis had obviously built when he was here. with guys like Sadir Mitchell, some of the recruits like Zion Williams, and other guys like that. Those guys stayed in Baton Rouge with Kyle Williams taking over. He was able to successfully re-recruit them to stay in Baton Rouge. And then the next one was Richard Anderson. He's been committed. He committed to Bo Davis. Will you be able to keep him committed if you're Kyle Williams? Obviously has done a good job there. You heard Jarrett Roser talk about it yesterday when he was here. Richard Anderson is still strongly committed to Louisiana State University. The next question was, okay, you've got another 5-star defensive lineman in the state of Louisiana. Can you win this recruitment? And look, you would think University High School would be a factory for LSU of top talent right there on campus. LSU to just be able to create a pipeline from that room to the distance. I mean, nightmare fuel for other SEC schools because those are two monsters on the defensive
Richard
line.
Anderson is a full-grown adult.
It's a man. Like I'm telling you, JT Lindsey was the best player in the state last year, football-wise, in every game other than the one Richard Anderson was on the same field as him.
Yep.
Like,
He single-handedly wrecked that football game.
yes, Ash had no idea what to do.
My buddy used to coach at Ash, was quarterback's coach / co-offensive coordinator, coached there, taught there. Then he, grew up and got a big boy job. And he was watching the game. He goes, "Who is Anderson?"
Problem.
He's like, he's a pro. Like 2 plays in, he's like, "Oh, he's ruining the game." And I was like, "Dude, that's one of the best players in the state, if not the best player in the state."
Yeah, no, I mean, that game will forever be ingrained in my brain. But
Who's 90? You just keep watching.
But like I was saying,
got to change your game plan.
yeah, no, you got to shift it around. You're not
go-
handing the
we
ball
gotta
up
go
the
left to
middle,
right.
buddy. East and West, my friend. You would expect U-High to be a pipeline for LSU. It hasn't been. LSU has struggled to get Dylan Moses, Christian Harris, Jordan Gilbert, who's at LSU now, was at Texas A&M, was at U-High. It's not been this easy layup, hey, LSU can go just get the best players from U-High. This is back-to-back cycles that LSU has been able to go out and win recruitments on Keelan Moses, Dylan Moses' younger brother, and now Lamar Brown, who a lot of people at points felt like it was an A&M lock. Kyle Williams, that conversation should be spoken about, the job he's obviously done, stepping into this role, being able to fill every role as a coach. Not just from a technical standpoint. I don't think anyone had any questions about that. Nobody had questions about his leadership when he got hired. It was really completely circled around, can Kyle Williams recruit? And so far, you've seen 3 phases of recruitment, and it's been a success. He's been able to keep the D-line room intact after Bo Davis left. He's been able to keep Richard Anderson's commitment strong. Now, I'm not saying this is all Kyle Williams, but this is their position coach. Like, it's not going to not play a role. And then on top of that, now Lamar Brown getting this commitment. Like I said, I think Frank Wilson deserves a lot of the credit on getting Lamar Brown committed to LSU. But it also does involve Kyle Williams as the D-line coach, because Lamar Brown's going to be a defensive lineman, in my opinion, when he gets to LSU. And Kyle Williams with another win now in his career as an LSU football coach, as Lamar Brown commits yesterday. But then on the U-High front, like Brian Kelly and his staff, back-to-back cycles now, have taken care of business and gotten the best player from U-High to commit to LSU. Keelan Moses obviously signed, is on campus now. And then this cycle, getting Lamar Brown, who was the number 1 player in the country. A lot like that was the conversation with Dylan Moses, right? Like, it's the number 1 player in the country. All the hype. LSU had been on him since his 8th grade year when he was at U-High. You would expect LSU to be the front runner, the favorite, the easy pick. And it just didn't happen. He ended up committing to Nick Saban and Alabama. Now back-to-back cycles, Lamar Brown, number 1 player in the country, could go wherever he wanted. And a lot of times, what's the reasoning with U-High, Lloyd? What's the usual reason? It's
Too close to campus.
Been there my whole life.
Mm-hmm.
Want to go somewhere new.
Else.
And 2 back-to-back cycles, you have not seen that happen. You've seen LSU take care of business and get Keelan Moses and Lamar Brown to campus and committed.
And that's the bigger conversation, I think, is not only Frank Wilson, the staff they put together with Austin Thomas, but this is not a far cry from the time in which it was, if Texas A&M is coming after Lamar Brown, LSU doesn't have the bag to be able to compete. Like, you're going to lose these guys to teams that are going to be able to come in and drop more money than LSU. That narrative has shifted over the last 16 months.
Yeah, no, I mean, look.
Which is a huge deal to me, like, because that was part of what LSU was struggling with is, can you compete against the heavy hitters when it comes to, Texas A&M has more money than God. Texas Tech, you're starting to see how much money they're paying. That is the going rate for a defensive lineman that's a 5-star, was $5 million for 3 years. LSU is probably in that ballpark. If it's not that much, it is an amount that is something that you probably would never like to see. If you're one of the old heads of LSU, it's like, whoa, if he don't want to be here, then he tiger bait. Well, get over that, because LSU is now playing the game. And to be able to compete, and while it may not be as much money, you still have something that A&M can't sell, which is the brand, the vision, LSU, backyard, all of these things. And the caveat to all of this, Nick Saban ain't walking through that door.
No, I mean,
you're starting to see the shift.
The boogeyman is gone.
As much as I'm sure Hunter Hall will have something to say, because he's been doing some shadow recruiting for Alabama.
They're recruiting excellent, but just from
he's out to lunch.
A Louisiana standpoint, Saban circled his guys. Said, Aaron Anderson, Kendrick Law, Shaz Preston. I'll take all 3 of those.
Mm-hmm.
O's on the way out. Those are mine. I'll take those. Christian Harris, Dylan Moses.
I'll get one. I'll get 2.
Both. You know, you can both come play for the
Landon
Crimson
Collins,
Tide.
Tim Williams.
I mean, the list is long about how Nick Saban had done it. That thread is gone now. And so to see the success LSU has had, really going back, like when we talked about it from Wilson Alexander's write-up, Bryce Underwood has lingered in the brain of the donors and the rich folk around Baton Rouge, the people that care about LSU football with a little bit of change in their pocket.
No I'm not sitting in that chair in the hotel room anymore.
That's not happening again.
I'm in the bed.
And it has been a committed effort since then, where it's like a whole new world for LSU football right now. A completely different landscape for LSU football. You saw that happen. LSU takes care of Harlan Berry, because that was the first thought. Was, okay, Underwood's gone. Are Barry and Pickett going to go as well? Got those guys locked in, signed on campus, in uniforms. They're going to be playing in the fall. Follow that up with, how about the number 1 transfer portal class in the country, number 3 all time? And the other 2 were Ole Miss and USC in 2022, the first year the transfer portal opened. You've seen a committed effort by LSU and the staff and the donors to no longer be caught up in those conversations. And then now in this recruiting class, as much as the recruitment of Lamar Brown played a big role, you only beat A&M if you're able to be in the same ballpark as them, really, a lot of the time. Like, that's just the way the world works right now. I'm not saying I'm not even saying that specifically to Lamar Brown. I'm saying in general. If you're in a battle and you're on a table with the Longhorn logo in that burnt orange and the Texas A&M maroon with the ATM logo, there is money in play. LSU is obviously in a completely different ball game now when it comes to the financial efforts that they have and the way that they've constructed it. A lot of that credit needs to go to Austin Thomas. They've been able to use the money the right way because they've structured it the right way. And that's happened since Austin Thomas made his way back to LSU and has continued to grow his staff. Yesterday was a massive win for LSU on the Lamar Brown front, like just all the way around. And I saw Charles County Matters, you might want to listen to what he said about Kyle. I saw it. He said that he doesn't know Kyle Williams all that well, but he seems like a good guy, and he knows his NFL experience will help him develop for the next level.
Uncle Frank.
No, this is a Frank Wilson recruitment. It's never been anything different. But this is still a win for Kyle Williams just on the fact that these are guys in your room that could be nervous about the fact that it's been a revolving door at D-line coach for the last decade at LSU. And you haven't even gone and coached your first season there yet. And these guys are still committing. You now have the two top defensive linemen in the country.
And make no mistake about it. It's always great to have Frank. And you saw Frank, whenever he came back to LSU and his initial push with Brian Kelly, LSU was not doing the best on the recruiting end. And you've heard the rumors swirling about, why aren't you keeping Frank in Louisiana? You had Polian as the head of your recruiting, to the point where it was, that is not the man that should be leading the charge on selling the LSU vision and brand. And I don't want Polian walking the halls of Edna Carr and St. Aug.
Pass.
If he takes one wrong left turn, you'll never see him again because he doesn't know where he is.
I don't even want him walking the halls of University Laboratory School.
I don't want him walking the halls of LSU, that's for sure. And he's gone. And then you see the immediate uptick when Frank started, I'm sitting at the table. I don't know who you think this is about. It's about, I'm the guy.
Yeah.
And you got Frank to be back in charge, and he has steady Eddie worked his way into every room he needs to get into to be able to get Harlem Berry, to be able to get, name it, any play, DJ Pickett. Like, that helps with Corey Raymond. Look at the staff that you've built. Yes. We were talking about this a little bit before the show, where that makes this season so much more imperative to be successful because you have the right people in place. And you've seen this happen time and again where LSU gets the right guys where they're supposed to be, recruit it the way it's supposed to be recruited, and then you have a failure at the top. And what happens when a head coach loses their job? Somebody else comes in and brings in an entirely new staff. You saw it happen with Brian Kelly.
Yep.
Brian Kelly has enough time because he has a 10-year, $100 million guaranteed contract to where he can circle his own wagons, realize the error of his ways, bring back the people he let go, and they still want to come back to LSU and sell it this way. And so that's why this is even more imperative, the success of the upcoming season, because of the guys that you have. Like, look the way you're recruiting it.
Yes.
It finally makes sense. It looks the way it's supposed to look.
The puzzle pieces have come together. And on the Frank Wilson front, I'm going to go through his top 10 commits of all time here on 247 Sports, as Glen West from 247 will join us about 20 minutes. Obviously, his number one commitment of all time, I think we all know the name of that player, Leonard Fournette.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2,
Cod God.
Lamar Brown.
Wow.
Number 3, Anthony Johnson. 4, Harold Perkins Jr. 5, Don McKinley. 6, Harlem Berry. 7, Malachi Dupree. 8, Jarvis Landry. 9, Clifton Garrett. 10, Tyron Johnson. And then I'll sprinkle 11 in there, Richard Anderson. And obviously there's plenty of other names going down that list.
Clifton Garrett is a blast from the number
Isn't
3 linebacker.
Do what?
He was number 3, middle linebacker. Sean chased him down when he was on his recruiting visit in the golf cart. It's like, you got to have him.
He was the number 1 player in Illinois, the number 2 outside linebacker in that class.
I don't think he played it down.
5-star. But, just look at the top 5 of the guys Frank's got here. Leonard Fournette, Lamar Brown, Anthony Johnson, Harold Perkins, Don McKinley. And then Harlem Berry at 6. 1, 2, 3 of those guys, 3 of them right now are on the team together. Harold Perkins, Don McKinley, Harlem Berry. Like, when Lloyd's talking about the puzzle pieces have come together, have they come to, it really does feel like, and like Lloyd said, that's why there's more pressure on this season. It's finally right. Like, the building is finally constructed the way it's supposed to be constructed. From a staff standpoint, when you look at Blake Baker, Corey Raymond, Kevin Peoples, Kyle Williams, Cortez Hankton, Frank Wilson, Brad Davis, just go down the list. The staff is built in that way. I mean, this is Like, it's the greatest of all time, man.
Players.
Like, this is... You would be hard pressed to find somebody else with a sheet like this.
No one.
Not named Nick Saban. Like, it's the GOAT, man. Uncle Frank.
Louisiana.
Right? Come on. Yep.
Louisiana.
Keep it going.
Louisiana.
Yep.
Louisiana.
Yeah, I mean, fair enough.
Got some ball players here.
And then on top of the coaching staff, the administration.
Go get a 3-star corner from Las Vegas.
Do what?
Go get a 3-star corner from Las Vegas.
The program aspect, Austin Thomas, Bolden, Jeff Martin, who they just brought back. Like, go down the list of guys they've brought and put in the positions that they're in now. J.R. Belton, Donovan Tate. Like, they've put together a staff, not just from the coaching on the field, the off-the-field staff, led by Austin Thomas. Stacked. Like, when you look at it, if you're looking at this LSU program like a puzzle, it feels like pieces are coming together. You've got the financial support. You've got the off-the-field staff. You've got the on-the-field staff. Right now you have the roster. The puzzle pieces are coming together, and it adds that much more pressure on the 2025 season. And you're seeing the puzzle pieces coming together and the effects that it's having when you go out and you get the number one player in the country. And here is, I want to play the clip of Lamar Brown talking about his recruitment that obviously, it's in the document, that obviously Frank Wilson headed up. And this was him, I think Mike Scarborough of Tiger Bait had it yesterday when he was at the recruitment. He was talking about Lamar Brown and his commitment, his recruitment. Asked him kind of who was the guy that was in charge that you have the tightest relationship with, and he was like, Frank Wilson. He's like, he's been recruiting me since day one, since like he was an 8th or 9th grader. He's been recruiting Lamar Brown and has seen it come through now as he gets the commitment yesterday. Lamar Brown talking about the lead recruiter in his case, and the guy that Lloyd just went through his list with a track record like no one else's. Lamar Brown talking about Frank Wilson leading the charge in his recruitment and the job. I forget what Frank's official title is. I remember
Don.
He was associate head coach. Yeah, Uncle Frank.
Frank.
Don.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
You want to talk about the golden era of LSU football? The part of it outside of Nick Saban, there's not anyone that's had as big of effect outside of Nick Saban on LSU football from a coaching standpoint than Frank Wilson. I feel like I don't feel like that's incorrect, right, Lloyd?
No.
Like, we're going to talk about here's Lamar talking about.
Best for me, best option for me. It feels good to play for my state and city. So best for me, best option for me. Not just for 3 to 4 years, but years after life, football and all that. So I'm just blessed being in this position and ready to play for Tiger Stadium.
I heard you tell them, Brian, you've been on you early since your freshman year, I guess. Just who's your lead recruiter? What kind of relationships did you have with the guys at LSU?
I'll probably say Frank Wilson. He's been on me since first day they were recruiting me. Really, honestly, the whole staff. I got a relationship with every person on the staff. Probably other staff members are like lower down, but just everybody on the staff that helped for this moment right here.
There you go. Frank Wilson, lead recruiter on Lamar Brown since he was like 13 years old.
I thought he was going to say first grade.
I mean, and I would not have been surprised. But the
also,
conversation on Frank. Go ahead, Lloyd.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, what are Frank's biggest pitching points whenever he sells LSU to you? It's not a 2-year decision. It's not a 3-year decision. It's not a 4-year decision. It's a lifetime decision.
It's life after football.
And you can see how that impacted the decision he made because, let's not get it twisted. Money was involved. But if you're able to pitch the vision of you're from Baton Rouge, you come and play in Tiger Stadium, you're good for the next 50, cuz.
Yeah, you're
And you'll be well compensated here.
You ball out in Tiger Stadium, you don't have to pay for a meal in Baton Rouge for the
You don't
rest
have to
of
do
your
your
life.
taxes.
And also, like, as much as LSU's now in the financial game of it, development still plays a factor. And life after football still plays a factor. He was live on SportsCenter doing that recruitment yesterday, and the anchor said, well, you committed to LSU. You know, we've got a guy on our staff here that played football at LSU and is now taking care, got a job for the rest of his life at ESPN and Marcus Spears. Like, that's part of the argument. Like, ESPN has two very popular, love them or hate them, football analysts that played in the purple and gold and have degrees from at Louisiana State University, and Ryan Clark and Marcus Spears. Like,
I think Shaq's doing okay.
It's life after the game. LSU does a pretty good job taking care of their own, and Lamar Brown obviously talked about it, and Frank Wilson preaches it, man. Like, beats the table on this is more than just 3 to 4 years. And even from the NFL standpoint, I saw some A&M message boards. I guess it was TexAgs.
Yeah, are you thirsty?
Said something of the sort like, obviously picking LSU just for the money, doesn't want the development. I was like, the development from where? Texas A&M?
Bill Superman.
Next. Can you imagine spending your whole life in Baton Rouge, getting a chance to go anywhere else in the country and saying, nah, I'll do this for another 4 years? How about me right here, Mr. Red Cerebrum? I've spent my entire life in Baton Rouge, and I'm sitting here on, what's today, July 11th, 2025, saying I would like to spend the rest of my life in Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
It's treated me well.
It's done pretty well. Pollos Hermanos 13. Sad the kid chose money over development, but hard to compete with It's hard for A&M to compete with Louisiana State University on money in the financial realm. You mean A&M, who has all the oil money you can think of, can't compete with money, and he's choosing money at LSU over development where? What do you develop at Texas A&M, Lloyd?
Cult status.
You're not developing
Erectile
play football.
dysfunction.
You want to talk about development? That's what LSU is. I was kind of scared when I opened into that question to you because it could have gone anywhere.
Took me a second.
Like, come on now, man.
It usually doesn't happen to me.
Development at A&M. Try development at LSU. LSU has, like, what? Top 5 most NFL players the last 20 years?
I mean, Mike Evans.
Oh, Shamar Stewart? The one
Can't even sign him.
That's not signed with the Bengals yet?
Hard to compete with Texas A&M.
Hard to compete with that development, man. Johnny Manziel.
The best thing about Texas A&M is they're a
Oh, let's hear it. I want to hear it.
well, they're a product of their own demise, and they think it's actually not their fault. Like, it's your fault. Like, if you have that much money, that ability to go pay whoever you want, but the fact that you can't get out your own way because of how much you think that this is what people want to come play for. The only reason Johnny Manziel went there is because Texas didn't offer him. You don't have anything. You have no legacy. You never won anything. And then you pump around with your chest out and your ring on and your circle jerk every Friday night at midnight and burn your own campus down.
Love you, Coach Caskey.
Yeah, I do like Coach Caskey. But even he can't shake it. Somebody that has been around NFL players, has coached some of the best, knows ball. But when it comes to A&M, he can't shake it. It's like a symbiote. It's a suit they can't get off.
Yeah, no,
and it's their own fault.
Yeah,
like, if you pivoted away from what A&M is and just were a normal program.
Play that video of the basketball coach's introductory press conference again. We have to watch that again. Just because, it's only right today to watch it after LSU shoves Texas A&M in a locker.
Would want to go here? You think Lamar Brown wants to do this song and dance? Like, it's embarrassing.
Well, you think the ones that do commit want to do it for free?
No.
Like, that A&M's not spending money and can't compete financially? How about the year that A&M did spend all that money and put together the class in 2022? What's shown for it, Lloyd? Do you know?
A whole lot of transfers.
What has A&M done since that number one all-time class in 2022?
Fired their coach.
Nothing. Like, that's why you're not getting the same financial support, because you got it and you fumbled it. Jacoby Matthews is in an Auburn jersey now. Jordan Gilbert's in an LSU jersey now. Like, Shamar Stewart panned out for you, but you still didn't win. Like, go down the list, man. Walter Nolan. He didn't stay there, did he?
Garrett.
Where did Walter Nolan end up? You want to talk about developing defensive linemen? You got the number one D lineman in 2022, and he ended his career elsewhere. Mm-hmm. Like, development at Texas A&M.
It doesn't.
Get out of my face, man. Like, what are you talking about? David Reed, and did it in baseball. Same result. Number one team going into the year, right, Lloyd?
Yep.
Got the best roster in the sport. What happened to the old Aggies? Did they make the postseason?
No.
Who sent them home in the SEC tournament?
This Baton Rouge product.
Come on now. Like, what are we talking about? Tex Ags, or what was it? Aggies gig 'em 247? What are we talking about? I've never seen people cope harder. What's the next one? What's the one after that one? There's 4, isn't there? Oh, that one.
That one's a great one.
Of course. I mean, evergreen content for LSU teams that hate LSU. Evergreen. Like, I don't even know what to say. Shout out to Message Board Geniuses for
one of the best accounts on the internet.
The best. I mean, I hate when Tiger Droppings gets tossed up there, because sometimes I'm like, would rather you not put that out there. It gives us all a bad look. But
hey, those boys over at the Droppings,
they love you, Lloyd.
They're never out of ammo.
They love you.
They love me, and I love them back.
There's no way Lloyd does not post on Tiger Droppings. I saw that one the other day.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm still on there? God,
oh,
what
yeah.
have I done? No, I don't post. I do lurk, though. Get my lurks in. I don't think we're allowed to have an account. Like, it would have to be like a – I mean, I would make L Court 357.
Oh, I'm sure Christian has a burner. If I had to guess.
He's not very good at those.
No, he's not. He thinks
uses
his
real
personal
account
ones.
as a burner.
Yeah, no, he's voiced it. But yeah, I mean, like, there's no development at A&M. You're choosing LSU's money over. The 100 commits you had in 2022 were choosing A&M's money over development anywhere else. And you know how I know that? Because they all transferred out, regretting the fact that they chose money over development and went and found development. Saucy Ginger asks, yo, Lloyd, where can I get that shirt on your chair? Y'all are the goats. Let him know, Lloyd.
Indigo Papers. If you would like to get.
Let him see it. Lean back. And lean back. And lean back. There you go. Sorry, Mom.
Yeah, IndigoPapers.com.
There you go. Get that shirt, Saucy
THC,
Ginger.
CBD for all of your lean back needs.
Lean back needs. We will take a quick break.
Oh, I drank a seltzer the other day, and it put me. I woke up still on the moon. And I looked at myself in the mirror. I was like, my eyes are toast. I was like, I can't wait to go to work today. I don't know which way this is going to go.
Yeah, fair enough. We will have Glen West of 247 Sports join us in approximately 5 minutes to continue the conversation on LSU football recruiting and yesterday's big news with both Lamar Brown and DeAnthony Lafayette committing to the Tigers. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back after this.
The roof over your head matters. At CAS Roofing, we don't just install shingles, we build peace of mind. With years of experience and a commitment to craftsmanship, our team shows up on time, gets the job done right, and treats every project like it's our own home. Whether it's a repair, a replacement, or storm damage that caught you off guard, CAS Roofing is ready. We're local, we're dependable, and we stand behind every nail, every shingle, and every promise we make. Because at the end of the day, it's not just about roofing, It's about protecting what matters most. CAS Roofing, built on trust, backed by quality.
Hey Tiger fans, when you're traveling through Natchez, Mississippi, make sure to visit Tom and Wright Granning at Go Mart and On The Go Deli, where you can fill up your tank and your belly. Go Mart has clean restrooms, community coffee, an awesome beer cave, and a great selection of anything you may need on your trip. Located at 4 Sergeant Prentice Drive as you're entering Natchez on the left. Also stop by Wardo's Po' Boys at 309 North Broadway on the beautiful Natchez Bluff, where the po' boys are so good you'll swear you're in Cajun country. Hey Tiger fans, when you're traveling through Natchez, Mississippi, make sure to visit Tom and Wright Granning at Go Mart and On The Go Deli, where you can fill up your tank and your belly. Go Mart has clean restrooms, community coffee, an awesome beer cave, and a great selection of anything you may need on your trip. Located at 4 Sergeant Prentice Drive as you're entering Natchez on the left. Also stop by Wardo's Po' Boys at 309 North Broadway on the beautiful Natchez Bluff, where the po' boys are so good you'll swear you're in Cajun country.
Rushmore. Is there any other? It's just guys. It's just people. Does it have to be offensive guys, defensive guys? He did 2 and 2. Did he do himself? God, he's such a nice guy, man. Brandon Harris, Anthony Jennings, Malachi Dupree, Darius Geis. What a guy. Will Clapp. I like that answer a lot, actually. Lloyd Cushenberry. Okay, let me think. I'll do Danny Etling 4 times. My LSU Mount Rushmore is Danny Etling 4 times. I just want 4 of his perfect chin structure and physique, his sheer cheekbones. What a guy. Okay, I'll give you a real one. I'd say my LSU Mount Rushmore is probably Billy Cannon, Glen Dorsey is a big one. Richard Dixon at the tight end position was a stud. And I gotta go Joey B, Joe Burrow.
All right, welcome back. You heard in the break Foster Moreau's explanation of his Mount Rushmore. Really the roller coaster that was Foster Moreau's explanation of his Mount Rushmore.
What a guy.
LSU. What was the first Mount Rushmore you started listing out? What do you say? Brandon Harris, Anthony Jennings, Malachi Dupree. And then he goes, you know what? Scratch that. Give me 4 Danny Etlings because of his chin structure and physique.
Danny Etling had me so sold on Matt Canada when he showed up to, like, talk about going off vibes. When he showed up in the Air Canada t-shirt, which is all-time, like, elite move.
Yes.
And it's like, oh, they're all bought in on this Matt Canada offense. Royals Award winner, scored 70 points against Syracuse. Still think it could work somewhere. Canada.
In the back of your mind, even though it hasn't worked anywhere else since.
They took a swing.
They did. No, they did.
At least they tried.
They tried. And,
boy, did he not get along with anybody.
No. No. I mean.
And then was able to keep a job in Pittsburgh forever.
Forever. Like, it was unbelievable how long he kept that job with the Steelers. But at least he's not the most hated assistant coach in LSU history, at least recent history.
Boyd.
No.
Oh, yeah. Yes. 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 Yes if you had to have one back?
Out of those two,
Sets you back years.
dude. I don't even want to think about it
That thumb, Matt House.
at all. And he, speaking of had me sold, Broyles Award finalist in 22.
I don't know what happened. He lost the locker room.
Not just that.
Or he just didn't coach.
Well, I think
You had Brian.
the-
You had Brian Kelly throwing him under the bus. His hire that he wanted to keep, but then he was going like, we were at halftime drawing up. Hey fellas, this is how we do cover 2.
Right.
And it's what? How did we get to this point? Just don't give up 70.
yeah. Let's. I mean, Jaden Daniels can score you 65, so let's just hold him under 50, maybe.
Can't.
Can't. Yeah. No. I mean, I don't know who I would take, because the alternative. The thing is, if you take one of them back, that means you have to remove whoever is in that place now.
Oh.
Which is what makes
That's
it.
not a world I want to live in.
No, me neither. It's a nightmare. Nightmare.
Ew, ew, ew.
Stop. Yeah, I mean that's a national championship team. 23 was like no other way about it. Like you look at the offense, you had 19, and what it's turned into in the NFL. 23 is eerily similar, where you've got 2 rookie wide receivers wrecking the league, leading the league in catches and yards, and a quarterback making a deep run in the playoffs after winning the Heisman. So, I mean, just I don't even want to talk about 23 because it just hurts me. But Jeff Martin brought back, hired as executive director of player personnel. Obviously, another big addition for LSU on the off-the-field staff. His quote was, "Excited to be back home where I belong. I'm looking forward to giving everything I have to the program and the people in it," he told the Bengal Tiger staff from over there at On3. He was a grad student worker from 14 to 17. He was the assistant director of player personnel and development. He was named that in 2017. So he was appointed as a full-time staff member then, and then left in 21, I believe. And I saw his he put out a tweet when he was leaving. If I can find it, let me see. His tweet and it's still pinned at the top of his profile, #ForeverLSU, from February 24th, 2021. He says, "Bruh, I cried, like literally shed a tear telling Coach O that I had to leave the place where everything started for me, the place I've been associated with in some capacity for the last 20 years, the place where I've been a part of 3 national championships, and quite frankly, the place that helped shape me into the man I am today. From the lessons I've learned to the great people I've met, LSU is and will forever be a part of me." He continues on to say, "What I told the team on the way out was that comfort is the enemy of growth, and I believe the next move for me is all about growth. But no matter where I am and what this next chapter holds for me, just know that it will always be forever LSU." And then there were some nice comments underneath. Derek Panamsky says on February 24th, 2021, "It's not goodbye. It's see you later." And they go down the list. Sam Spiegelman, best luck, Jeff. Dennis Johnson, proud of you, fam, shine on. And then now, Jeff Martin is back home where he belongs. As Martin worked, like I said earlier, under Nick Saban, he worked under Les Miles, and worked under Ed Orgeron, and now to work under Brian Kelly. You want to talk about the golden era of LSU football from Saban to now, the 3 natties that have been won, Jeff Martin has been a part of all 3 of those. Worked under Saban when they won. Worked under Les when they won. Worked under O when they like. This is another outstanding move by LSU's Senior Associate Athletic Director for Football Administration, Austin Thomas, as the word used by the Bengal Tiger is modernization. They're modernizing the LSU football program in the new era of college athletics, as they're prioritizing front office roles with the welcoming of NIL and the transfer portal. Another big off-the-field addition by LSU as they bring Jeff Martin back in to this staff. Very, very excited to see this off-the-field staff continue to work under the direction of Austin Thomas and the rest of that room. Huge news yesterday as Jeff Martin is back. Because, I mean, you could hear it in the quote he said, "Now excited to be back home where I belong." Mm-hmm. And then in the quote from what he said when he was leaving, you want to talk about bleeding purple and gold. Like, the entire time, I don't know if this tweet's been pinned the entire time, but it's pinned right now, so I'm going to pretend like it's been up the entire time. He's been wherever else. This is a guy that belongs at LSU. Should be on staff at LSU, nowhere else. He was a part of, I think, USC's staff, Southern Cal's director of scouting and player relations. He was hired there in March of 21, so that's obviously where he left when he was tweeting that goodbye at the end of February in 21. He started his job as the director of scouting and player relations at USC in March of 21. So this is a guy that should and will be on the LSU staff. Very, very good news there. As we are joined here, as we're in hour number 2, by Glen West of 247 to talk about LSU football recruiting, this hire as well. But the big news yesterday, Lamar Brown officially makes his decision and is headed to LSU. Glen, good morning. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, guys, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
First off, welcome back home from your vacation. It was much needed, I'm sure.
Man.
You look great.
Thanks, man. I've just been trying to catch up on some sleep, I guess, the last couple of days. I don't know that I've stayed up that late as consistently since college, which has been 5 or 6 years now. So it was a fun trip. It was a much needed trip, but I'm glad to be back.
There you go. And obviously you get welcomed back home by some of the biggest news of the offseason yesterday as Lamar Brown makes his decision. You were there live. Talk about the commitment, the recruitment of Lamar Brown, obviously the importance of that commitment yesterday and that moving forward.
Yeah, this has been a guy LSU's been on since he was a freshman in high school. I mean, this is a decision that was really 4 years in the making for LSU, and they offered him really early in the process. And I think most people kind of had a understanding or an inkling that it was kind of going to be headed to this place for Lamar in terms of just top 10 recruit, committing on, ESPN and being one of the top players in the country kind of deal. And so LSU's had him on campus probably as much or more than any recruit that I can ever remember over the last couple of years. I mean, back in his sophomore year, which I believe was 2023, he didn't miss an LSU home game. He was at every single one. And then last year he caught most of them. And then there were a couple games that I think he went to for other schools. But LSU has just consistently been on top of him and been a major player in his recruiting. And it was just going to be about what other team would maybe solidify itself as a true contender in his recruitment. And that proved to be Texas A&M. I mean, they threw the kitchen sink at him and made it a very difficult decision. It was one that I think went into the final day of thinking for him, and ultimately LSU was able to get it done and get honestly one of the premier athletes in this class committed to the program here for July and really rounds out what I think is one of the best defensive line classes in the entire country.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you about next, is this defensive line class that LSU has in 26, obviously headlined by Lamar Brown, and right next to him, Richard Anderson. Talk about this class that they've put together on the defensive front and the way they've kind of rebuilt this defensive line. As I think the conversation going into last season, the 2024 season, was that you just didn't have the guys, and then they have Ahmad Bro transfer over to that position from defensive end, then Don McKinley, who's out there power cleaning 400 pounds, and then following it up with Zion Williams, Sadir Mitchell, Bernard Gooden out of the portal, and then now Richard Anderson and Lamar Brown. Talk about the job they've done at the defensive line and what this 2026 class is at that position.
Yeah, so really the last two recruiting classes, you've seen a very deliberate shifting of the guard, I guess, for LSU in recruiting in terms of just what in terms of what they want to do in overhauling this defense. And I think last cycle, you really got a chance to see that with the secondary, with guys like DJ Pickett, Aiden Anding at cornerback. You got the linebacker crew that came in, CJ Ross, Keelan Moses, Jaden Breaker, all those guys at linebacker. I think they signed 4 or 5 linebackers in 2025. So they really, devoted, I think, a lot of that attention to the 2025 class, to those other 2 groups, and this is the one where this 2026 group is the one that they've devoted to the defensive line, and they've done a tremendous job of restocking the future of the program there. Between Brown, you got 5-star Trenton Henderson, who committed earlier in the month. You've got DeAnthony Lafayette, who also committed yesterday with Lamar Brown a little bit later in the day, a guy who's maybe a little bit undersized height-wise, but has some really long arms, and I know that a lot of guys, at least on our recruiting services and scouts in that nature, are very high on long-term. And then Richard Anderson on the interior is about as big of a mauler as you can, and space eater as you could possibly ask to hope for in this class. So they've done a really nice job of replenishing the defensive line with this class. They've got 4 now. I would imagine that they're done, at least in terms of the big swings, but we'll see kind of what pops up here over the last several months. But this is a job well done if they're able to hang on to all 4 of these guys through December, and really sets up this defensive line for not just immediate success, but long-term success as well.
Yeah, and you brought him up and touched on it a tad. Lafayette obviously committed yesterday, and like you said, a little bit undersized, but very fast. When it comes to what his one of his biggest skills is that speed that he has. Talk about what the Tigers are getting in the 3-star edge rusher.
Yeah, so he's about 6'1", but he's got wingspan that goes upwards of 6'10" from everything that I've been told and seen and read. He's really long, really athletic, really fast. It's just going to be about just kind of what position he maybe fits best at long term. But I think he probably slides in as an edge rusher, and they continue to work with him on his body and just continuing to be more and more physical throughout the entirety of his career. So he was a good pickup. Like he's a 3-star right now. I wouldn't be a bit surprised if he creeps into that 4-star range by the end of his recruitment in December. So he's somebody that I know the staff identified here early in the process. I mean, this was a pretty late bloomer. I mean, a lot of teams and programs offered him at the beginning of this year, got him on campus. I think he visited 6 or 7 different schools, between the spring and the summer here, and LSU won out. So that's another big win for Kevin Peoples, who has done a really nice job. Frank Wilson obviously has reined guys like Lamar Brown in from a local standpoint, but Kevin Peoples has been a guy that I think we've been waiting to see just kind of what his impact would be on the program recruiting wise. And between Henderson and Lafayette, I think you can see it's going to be a real beneficial one for LSU if they keep him around long term.
Glenny, can you talk me through this, because this is a question I don't know if there's an answer to, but how much do you think that the current version of NIL and already having the $20 million for LSU football allocated, how much do you think that's already impacted recruiting and the way that they're able to recruit when you see Texas A&M now crying poor?
Yeah, well, it's something they've been preparing for a long time. I think whenever they had kind of settled in on this was the amount of money that they were going to allocate towards football, they were going to max it out. I think it's $13.5 million off of the reports that I've seen. They've been planning for this for a while. I think the majority of that's going to the roster, like the current roster. So I think that they are still, using their NIL, their collective for this freshman class. I'm not 100% certain on that, but I think a good portion of the money that they are using for this upcoming class is going to be kind of divided between that collective and what they're going to be doing in rev sharing here. So, look, LSU's in a much better place than they were at this time a year ago. Like any school, I think that they are going to be they're going to be aggressive, but to a point for certain players. And, they're not going to overpay for guys that they don't think are going to be good fits for them long term. So you saw that last year with a couple of guys that ended up jumping ship at the last minute, and then they saved that money for the transfer portal and signing the number 1 transfer portal class. So I think that they have an idea of what they want to use, how they want to spend their resources, and obviously they want to be very aggressive in this freshman class, as you can see with the 3 5-stars that they have committed, and then just overall top to bottom, this is a really deep class in terms of just player rating. And I think LSU, or at least on 24/7, has the highest player rating average to commits in the country. So that tells you they're not just bringing in quantity, they're bringing in quality players and guys that they believe are going to be long-term fits for the program.
Is it wrong for me to actually be or feel something about this recruiting class as of right now, because of obviously spurned lately with how recruiting has gone? But it feels like it's starting to turn, like the tide has turned a little bit. But is it, you'll get the comments or the offhand remark about doesn't matter till the ink's dry. But for some reason, just when I think I'm out, they pull me back in. Is it okay for me to actually feel something?
Look, I think you always have to have cautious optimism. I think for LSU fans, with the way that things ended last year with guys like Bryce Underwood and Cade Phillips and things of that nature, you're going to have a little bit more of a guarded view on recruiting for at least the immediate future. What I will say is that LSU has put itself in a much better position to compete with those kind of last-minute ditch offers that come for these players when it comes closer to signing day. I mean, look, you're absolutely right. This is not done. Nothing is done until they put pen to paper and LSU announces that they've signed player X to the 2026 class. But I think that they have the last recruiting cycle was a big wake up call for the program, and in terms of what they have for NIL and their aggressiveness in that pursuit. And having guys like Austin Thomas on staff too. I mean, this is a guy who now for a couple straight years has done a really good job of being able to allocate money to different places in the roster and knowing exactly what they can and can't spend on a player. So they're still going to be aggressive for all the guys that they want, but like I said, there's going to be a point in time where maybe another program thinks a little bit more or is willing to pour a little bit more resources into that prospect, and LSU will just say, okay, well let's move on to the next one and work and operate in that manner. So I guess that's a long-winded way of saying that maybe this year you can be a little bit more optimistic because of how well LSU has, or how much they picked up the NIL portion of this thing. But relationships are still a part of this too, and LSU and the coaching staff have proven that they can be really good, make really good pitches and get guys committed to the program that are long-term fits for them.
And you talk about this coaching staff as well as a guy like Austin Thomas. It really feels like the puzzle pieces are kind of coming together from an LSU football standpoint, where you have this coaching staff that is so committed to recruiting. When you talk about a guy like Blake Baker and Kevin Peoples, Frank Wilson, Corey Raymond, Cortez Hayton, go down the list. And then from an off-the-field staff where Austin Thomas has started to build out his staff, snagging some guys that were working with him at Ole Miss that put together some really good portal classes, and then bringing a guy like Jeff Martin back home. It feels like it's all kind of moving in the right direction. Is that something that the guys like you and the other ones around the program are kind of feeling this direction of moving positively?
For sure. I mean, LSU had some work to do this summer in terms of replenishing their recruiting staff. I think it's no secret that they've lost a couple of guys. They've gone on to other ventures that were, really in the middle of the recruiting process for them, and just how valuable they were to the program. And so, yeah, you mentioned they bring in, Jeff Martin. That's another really good pickup. Obviously Austin Thomas brings in his right-hand man as well from Ole Miss, a guy that was with him for a couple of years there with Kelvin. So, there's a lot here that I think is starting to, align, I guess, with the recruiting staff portion. The off-field portion of things, in terms of helping those coaches that are on the field get the best players, know who to talk to, when to talk to them, kind of thing, and just build those relationships organically in the right way. And so, those guys are all on top of it, and I'll be interested to see kind of what other moves could be happening. I think that they're probably not done in terms of adding to their staff, and because of just how valuable, those NIL. How valuable people who understand NIL are right now to the program and to college football as a whole when you're talking about recruiting.
And then just one specifically, Lamar Brown yesterday when he was talking about who the lead recruiter was in his recruitment since, like you said, like 8th or 9th grade, he brought up the name Frank Wilson. This is another notch in the belt of one of the greatest recruiters of all time, and Frank Wilson. Talk about the job he did here specifically, but then the fingerprints he has over the history of LSU over the last 20 years.
Yeah, he's one of one. I mean, I think Lamar talked about, calling him yesterday, or, maybe it was the day before or whatever, and Frank was on the road coming from Lake Charles, and Lamar kind of joked with the media that, Frank almost got in a wreck or something like that. He was so excited. So, look, Frank Wilson is always going to have his imprint on Louisiana, and that's what makes it really hard for other programs to pull out-of-state players like that from this state, because of how well connected he is, how much he knows these players, how much time he puts in to the recruiting efforts around this state, and he's just been a really consistent rock, I think, for Kelly, who's coming down from obviously up north, and just to kind of lean on from a recruiting perspective and understanding just how much talent there is in this state, that you don't have to go to Nevada or to California or Florida or wherever to go find a really good athletic player to add to your program for the long term. Like he's done a really nice job with this class, and I think more specifically with Lamar Brown, just how much turnover you've seen with the defensive line coaching positions here over the last couple of years. You always have needed that stable recruiter for LSU in this recruitment specifically, and that's been Frank from really day one. So really nice job by him to get this one over the finish line, and certainly more to come, I guess, as LSU continues to recruit this state as well as any local team can recruit their state. I mean, LSU's right there at the top of it.
And then to talk about this freshman class that's already on campus, the 2025 class, there's been some clips that have come out. I think Carius Kern was bench pressing 425 the other day, and you've just seen some of the highlights, people talking about DJ Pickett, and go down the list. Talk about this class that's made it onto campus, and the potential of some of the guys to see some playing time here in their freshman season.
Yeah, it's another one of those really cool, awesome, things that you get to see during the summer in terms of just development of the guys and which players are maybe evolving a little bit quicker. And I would certainly throw Carius Kern into that mix. I would throw DJ Pickett into that mix. I think it's going to be, I don't know when in the season, but I think LSU's best version of its defense is going to include DJ Pickett on the field in 2025. So whether that's game 1 against Clemson, game 3 against Florida, I think he's going to find his way into that rotation mix at cornerback. I think Kern is a guy that absolutely will push for playing time on the offensive line. I think there's some linebackers here that have joined in the summer that have some really interesting possibilities. Jaden Breaker is a guy that I've heard a lot about in terms of just how athletic and how gifted he is physically already. Just a guy that's ready to at least compete and play a little bit, but obviously with what they have in terms of their vets, that's going to be a little bit hard to crack a little bit more of a consistent rotation. So I would imagine most of the competition that comes with this freshman class is going to be at running back with Harlan Berry and JT Lindsey, certainly on the offensive line with guys like Carius Kern and Solomon Thomas, Tyler Miller, and then in the secondary as well with some of the pieces that they've added between DJ Pickett, Aiden Anding, and some of the other guys that they have in the secondary. So those are all positions that kind of needed an influx of talent with younger players, and I think that LSU feels really good about how much this class could maybe impact winning in 2025 and not just in 2026 or 2027.
And then another one kind of that's came up the last couple of days with some of these off-season videos where you've seen the physical development in these workout videos, whether it's bench press or power clean. Dominic McKinley is someone you've seen in these videos consistently. How important is his development from his freshman year to now his sophomore year for LSU's success in 2025?
Yeah, it's going to be important because, I think defensive line and in particular defensive tackle, there's probably not a spot on the field, offense or defense, that it gets, more rotation in that position group. And LSU is going to need, McKinley, it's going to need Lamar Brown, it's going to need Bernard Gooden, it's going to need Jacobian Guillory, Sadir Mitchell, maybe one of the freshmen in Zion Williams or Brandon Brown or somebody. Like, they're going to need a healthy mix of 6 or 7 guys that can rotate. And you saw it last year, when Jacoby and Guillory went down, they really had to lean heavily on Ahmad Bro. They had to lean heavily on Dominic McKinley, and those are 2 guys that have a lot of promise and a lot of future potential there. They got some really good reps last year, but there were some moments and certainly some times there where LSU struggled on the interior because of it, because they just didn't have the quality depth that they needed to. And so I think that was a major point of emphasis this offseason in terms of the additions that they made. And look, McKinley specifically, he's going to be extremely important to this thing in terms of not only eating some space, but he's a guy that can maybe have a little bit more wiggle room and get into the backfield a little bit more consistently. And I think he's somebody that pairs really well with Bernard Gooden, the guy that they brought in from UCF, who I think is going to have a lot of playing opportunities. And obviously, I think he pairs well with Ahmad Bro too, who's a really good, just kind of interior presence there that's going to never give you a lack of effort in terms of just getting making plays and trying to hold up plays at the line of scrimmage.
Last one I have for you is something we've asked a couple of the guys that cover the team that have come on the last week or so. We asked Wilson. Number 18 is obviously a discussion that comes up every offseason of who's going to get to don that number. And I think on defense you have a handful of options that it could go to, like a Whit Weeks or Jacoby and Guillory. But on offense, it doesn't feel like there's quite as many names that come up. And the one that Lloyd actually threw out the first time a couple weeks ago that's we've kind of thought about ever since then is Garrett Nussmeier wearing the number because he really does fit all of the criteria that 18 kind of holds. What is your likelihood or your guess on the likelihood of Nussmeier swapping from 13 to 18, or if there's any other alternative names you can think of to wear that number?
Yeah, I don't hate Nussmeier not wearing 18. I think he probably sticks with 13. That would be my guess. But I think if you're looking for a guy on offense, I would look at Chris Hilton. Honestly, I think he's a guy that maybe could fit that 18 mold. I mean, he's somebody that has been in the program now for 4 or 5 years, and is being brought by Coach Kelly on this trip to Atlanta next week. And Coach Kelly doesn't just bring anybody on those SEC media days. He brings leaders. He brings guys who are very highly valued in the program and have good voices in the program. And let's face it, I don't think there's been many players that have gone through what Chris Hilton's gone through in his career in terms of just the constant injuries and always sticking with it and wanting to play for this state and play in this program. So I think he fits the mold of a guy that would be a really good 18. I think Whit Weeks on the defensive side of the ball makes a lot of sense. West Weeks, Jacoby and Guillory. There are certainly a couple guys there that I think make a lot of sense. So we'll see. I don't have a good indication one way or the other who's going to wear that number, but there are certainly some options, I think, on both sides of the ball. And I think Hilton and Nuss on offense are both really good choices, and Weeks and Guillory are good choices on defense.
Tell me this doesn't hit like crack.
It hits pretty hard.
Yeah.
I like it. That's a good edit too. I don't know who put that edit together. That's a good job there.
That's Grok, I believe. That's some AI.
Oh,
work
Grok,
there.
he's out of timeout.
Okay.
Grok has been on one lately.
But I do have one last question, actually, because you bring up Chris Hilton. I want to get your reaction to. I think Garrett Nussmeier and Whit Weeks were kind of shoe-ins, easy guesses for the trip to SEC Media Days. I would say Chris Hilton was maybe the surprise out of the three. What was your reaction to seeing Hilton get the nod to go with Kelly to SEC Media Days, and kind of what that means by that choice?
Yeah, I think it means kind of what I just said, that he's a very valued leader on this program, and somebody who's obviously been through a lot in his career. He came in with Garrett Nussmeier as in 2021 as freshman, and he was one of the 5-star darling gets in that class for LSU as a 5-star receiver from Zachary, and just has taken him a little bit longer to find his footing in the program or find his way to the field, just because of all the injuries that he's gone or suffered through here during his first few years. But I'll say this about Chris Hilton, and I've said this pretty consistently, like he and Nussmeier have a pretty natural, organic chemistry on the field that is just really hard to find. It took him a little while when he was getting back from injury, and I know people were jumping on him a little bit because he was maybe hopping a little bit too early on some of those deep balls, but by the time the Oklahoma game and the Baylor game got here, you had a chance to really see how valuable a piece he can be in this program when Nussmeier is behind center. And I think those two just have a really natural chemistry on the field together. And I think if he's able to stay healthy, and I know that's an if right now because he just hasn't been able to do it throughout the entirety of his career. But if he can stay healthy, I think he's going to be a major player in this passing offense in 2025 and be a real consistent vertical threat for Nussmeier, but also somebody that I think can make some plays in the middle of the field and pick up some big yards after the catch as well.
Well, Glenn, we appreciate your time, appreciate you joining us, and obviously all of the very good insight and information you gave us. We'll talk again soon.
All right. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you.
Yep, thank
Glenn,
you.
real quick, what led to what was the impetus behind that purchase over there on the wall? Did you paint that yourself, or was just this caught your eye?
I've been asked about that a couple times, and I've done interviews in here. My brother actually painted that, so that's a West original right there, Stan West original. So he painted that for my grandmother when she was kind of in her later stages of life, and she was a big Elephants fan, so he painted that for her.
It's like the Stan West version of Starry Night.
Yeah, it's a really cool painting, and we like it. So we have it hanging up here in our apartment now.
Excellent.
All right.
Caught my eye.
Yeah, no, definitely. We appreciate you once again.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you. There he is, Glen West, at GlenWest21 on Twitter. Obviously, he's a senior writer over at 247 Sports. Great stuff. Great information. Don't forget, every single day we are brought to you by All About Inflatables. Like I said, Pierce Patterson will be making a trip. Our guy from CAS Roofing. Gabe from All About Inflatables will also be joining us on the road to Clemson, taking some of our sponsors with us to enjoy some LSU football and make a road trip. Call All About Inflatables at 225-667-2386 or visit their website, allaboutinflatablesds.com. It is so easy to book your rental over on the website. If you just click Book Now, it'll show you their collection, give you the times to schedule it out for whatever the need may be. If you have a birthday party coming up, enjoying a sporting event, enjoy the MLB draft this weekend. If you want to have a draft party, have a water slide ready to go, or just a bounce house, go to allaboutinflatablesds.com or call 225-667-2386 and tell them you heard about it on Tingle & Co. We will take a quick break here and then come back and close out hour number 2 this morning here on this Friday as we finish off the week.
your relationship with Coach Frank, what was that call like when you were finally able to tell him, hey, it's 100%?
I think it was coming from Lake Charles, but I told him he said he was almost wrecked, so I guess that's a good thing. Well, not a good thing, but
what was the talk like when you delivered the news?
It was just he was happy for me. He glad, like, this is what he wanted. He felt like it was the best decision for me and my family. So he was.
All right, welcome back. Shout out to Frank Wilson. Gosh, I tell you what, I love that man. Just listening to Lamar tell that story and talk about his relationship with Frank and just all that he's done for my life on that recruiting trail.
He's brought me an immense amount of joy.
Like,
he doesn't know that either.
No, he has no idea.
But I hope he does.
I would love to tell him soon.
Thank you.
Just the biggest thank you ever. Like, going back down that recruiting list of the guys he's brought in, it's like all the joy that I've had. Tyrann Mathieu, Leonard Fournette, Harold Perkins. Go down the list.
Jarvis Landry.
Thank you, Frank. Thank you, Frank. Thank you, Frank. I'll say it forever for the rest of my life. But once again, appreciate Glen West joining us and giving all that great information, because it is second to none right now. He has been crushing it, and every time we've had him on, it's just been almost he's been flexing on us with all the knowledge he has. And I really like the Chris Hilton 18. Now look, I think he looks excellent in 3. That was what Lloyd looked at me during the answer and said. He was like, I don't think he looks too good in 3.
He does.
But just from a leadership standpoint, I would love, like, if he, like, as he's earned that honor of 18, that means immense things for your football program. And it would be awesome to see Chris Hilton get that honor. And obviously, but I really did like your question, Lloyd, where you were talking about kind of the setup with the money and the way that they may be using that in recruiting now with the you obviously had all of the money that was front loaded in from a collective standpoint, and then now the revenue sharing money and the way that works. I thought that was a very good question, Lloyd, and something that I hadn't really thought about. Like if maybe the success in recruiting was tied to those changes. So we'll see the way it continues to grow and develop, because it is an ever-changing world that we live in when it comes to recruiting.
It is your classic case of Michael Scott with a lemonade stand. Explain it to me like I'm 5.
Yes, please.
Oh, surplus. We have a surplus. Because if you don't spend it, Mommy and Daddy give you $5 to run a lemonade stand, but it only costs $3. Next year, they'll only give you $3. So what do you do with those $2? Just spend it. So you get $5 again.
Yeah.
And LSU has a surplus.
They do.
And now I'm interested to see. You know how mad people will be if Jay Johnson gets his ringed fingers all over a little bit more of that allocated money and Chase Shores comes back? I can't wait for Twitter.
What was Chase Shores out on that list? 68? Pick 68. That's a
second
second
round. Could be
round,
pick 1.
Second round pick. I mean, yeah. Like, could very well be far and away pick 1 with another season. Same with Fry. Same conversation of like, look, you're at 132 right now, buddy. You could be top 5.
You know
how much what?
You know how much fun you're gonna have?
That's what you said.
Uh-huh.
Let's play your Randy Jones, great point. We have to get Bo Bordelon in studio at some point.
Yes.
From the way those videos have looked. That was we might just have to do the interview in the weight room. Like, just get him to spot Lloyd on the bench press. I think he could maybe pick your max up, Lloyd. Like, I think Bo Bordelon
that would be your max.
I think Bo Bordelon can motivate you to doing more weight than your body's actually able to do.
I did 225 twice in high school.
There you go.
And that is not going to happen ever again.
I think if Bo Bordelon's there motivating
I was
you.
on trend, and I was angry. I hate my mom.
There you go.
I'll take it again if I can find it. It was
Really?
at the Tractor Supply store.
I mean, I could find you a connection, but I'm not going to because you don't need it, Lloyd.
I know.
You don't. You look great.
Mm-mm.
You
I want to
don't
get
think so?
jacked.
Yeah.
Rip roaring jacked.
Should that be our new content? We just start working out?
F45.
There you go.
Get your free trial now.
There you go.
Say my name at the door if you want to get kicked out.
Fonz, the bar is Lloyd's Max. What did Brian Burgess
Gone to
have?
the bar in I guess Omaha.
Have you guys been to Loft 18 yet? We have not. We are a golf suites company.
That's right.
Golf suites over here. You can join us there one time. Sabrion 225 was my warm up in high school.
I'm 5'6". Saberon. It's an incredible feat that I accomplished.
It is. No, it is impressive, Lloyd.
I'm
proud of you. I'd like to see you do it again.
I'm like a solid B cup.
I'd like to see you do 225 again.
I did 135.
So we do the road to 225, you and Christian, see who gets there first.
He's stronger than he
I
looks.
think Christian might beat you.
I don't know why you do this to me. Why you doubt me a little bit.
I don't doubt
you act like
you,
I don't
but-
go to the gym.
No, I know you do. Christian's strong.
He's just stronger than he looks. But if I would beat the shit out of him.
No, I know that. I know that.
But he had 50 push-ups is impressive.
Well, and like when we were
But
in
he was
Omaha,
he was like a mother that had his child
Yes.
trapped under a car.
Yeah, mom strength.
He was simply motivated by hate.
I think so.
The things he was muttering under his breath were terrifying.
Max shot me the text the other day. He said, "Just did 225 for 3."
Oh.
And I said, "Send me the video." He said, "Didn't video." I said,
Didn't happen.
You didn't hit it."
Do it again.
He's like, "Yes, I did." I was like, "Gotta see with my eyes to believe it, buddy." I'm sorry.
That's right.
It's like, also, why did you not video it?
Well, I guess if he's doing it 3 times, then what's the point? I can definitely.
It was the first time he's ever tried it.
Oh, well then you have to video
He
it.
just realized. I was like, buddy, the first time you try it, you have to video it, because this is it's like a canon event in a man's life. The first time they hit 225, I think I have mine on video. I'd have to scroll back and find it, but I might. CVO said Lloyd is 5'6". Your response, sir?
Definitely 6 inches.
Good, you responded first. There you go. There we go. So let's what's that little game we did yesterday? I want to play that again. I've been thinking about it all day.
It was
fun. It was a hit.
As long as we got BB, we got a chance.
Yes, I mean Brian Burgess might be the smartest man I've ever met in my life.
Yeah.
After Lloyd.
The dozen Barstool Daily Trivia. You only get one of these a day. I don't like these one-a-dayers because I want to play more.
There you go, Fonz. 5'6", 165, running back. Love it.
Fonz says he could run a 4.4 back in the gap.
Same.
He did send me a video of him playing football. He's actually quite the athlete.
Oh, yeah?
But now, I think, I'm sure you still have something in the tank, Fonz, if you need to.
Yeah, it's just, it's all about the reasoning behind it, you remember? Biggest Lloyd, I don't remember you being that short in person. I don't think Lloyd is 5'6".
No, I'm not. I just had to sell it. For
I was about to say, I don't think you are.
5'6", 225 is more impressive than 5'8", 225.
Well, it's more about your weight than your height.
$150?
Yeah, that's an impressive 225 if you're $150.
Thank you.
Like 225 is not as impressive for me because I am 225. So it's like
it's just a push-up.
I should be able to do my own body weight. So
I'll get back in the gym.
Brian Burgess, back when I played football, you could time my 40 with a sundial.
Oh, Major League reference.
That's as good as it gets. That's what she said. LOL, boom roasted. The dozen.
I appreciate. Yeah, I guess I don't know how tall I am actually. I just always say like 5'6".
Yeah, you're taller than 5'6". I think. I think Christian's like 5'5". And so you're probably 5'8".
I'll take 5'8".
I think that's round about where you are.
I'll take it.
Oh, here we go. This is good. We've got
I'll
NFL,
never
NBA,
be 6 feet tall.
And college basketball.
You must
and
do
chain restaurant. Hey, chain restaurant.
Oh, let's do that one first.
Yeah, I feel like I might be strong here.
Along with being a sponsor for Happy Gilmore during the original film, this chain is currently offering Happy Gilmore 2 collector cups. Subway.
That's who it is?
I eat 3 every day to help keep me strong.
There you go. Whataburger's doing collector's cups right now,
Is your phone ringing?
Is my phone ringing? It is. I don't know who that is. You could hear it buzzing?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who that was.
NFL.
Oh, that's okay. I'll answer that later.
Who holds the NFL record for most kick returns, not punts, for a touchdown?
Devin Hester?
Kick returns, yes.
It's got to be, right? Like, there's no other answer.
It would be a shame if we didn't pick this.
Yeah. If this is wrong, then I'm fine with it being wrong because Devin Hester in my mind. Wow. Who is it? Most NFL kick.
Well, we can double sip.
Oh, we can. Okay, no. I don't even know who else it would be, though. Devin Hester was the only name in my brain.
Yeah, once you said that, I wasn't.
Because I can close my eyes.
Deion Sanders.
I can close my eyes and watch him return that kick right now.
Yeah, in the Super Bowl?
Yes.
Rex Grossman almost won a Super Bowl because of Devin Hester.
All right, let's do NBA.
Vegas, we thought so too.
That's crazy. It's not Hester. Jacob Hester? Click NBA.
Pearson.
Yes. Big little brother.
Mitch Richmond's Kings tenure.
He got traded.
What does it mean?
So he was on the Warriors and then the Kings. And then he got traded in what year is that?
1998.
1998. Where did Mitch Richmond get traded?
I don't know
after
who
the
Mitch
Kings?
Richmond is.
He played. He
For
was
the
a part
Kings.
of the. Ooh, Jacoby Jones that's a good one.
Cordell Patterson's also a good one.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's who it is.
Who did he get traded? I know. I can only think of him on the Warriors and the Kings because he was on the Warriors with Tim Hardaway Sr. and Chris Mullin because it was run TMC. Tim, Mitch, Chris, and then he went to the Kings.
Bucks,
says P-Dub. Send it. I can't think of anything after college basketball. God, we suck.
These are hard. Oh.
Oakland.
Yep.
I remember that was awesome.
Me too.
He's living my dream.
Yeah, every
white man that can shoot a three.
Yeah, it's
in
ever picked up a basketball.
TJ McConnell, I will be you. Okay, Burgess says it was the Wizard, so we're going to circle back and do the Wizard.
This brand of personal care products has a bird as part of its logo and has used the slogan, "Let's change beauty, Dove."
Yeah, I would assume Dove is the bird. Okay,
Nice.
celebrity mashup.
Ah,
It's I know this one. This is easy. This is what's his name played Batman. He was Batman in
he was
Tim
also
Burton's
Birdman.
Batman, but he was also
And the founder.
McDonald's guy. Why can't I think of his name?
He's a good actor.
He's a great actor. And then the girl is the girl from what? How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. What's her name?
I can't look at this person.
Why can't I think of her name? Kate Hudson and Michael Keaton. That's who it is. Thank you. We got that one right because we knew who they were.
Yeah.
Select.
Nice.
Perfect.
Television. Peter Sarsgaard.
Yep.
The slap.
Brian Cox is my guy from Succession. It's the dad.
Oh, you know what else he's in? The Rookie with Dennis Quaid.
Really?
He's the mean dad.
Oh, wow. I would assume this is HBO.
The slap.
These all feel like HBO people. Because I think Sarsgaard was also in Succession.
Uma Thurman. HBO?
That's what I think. But
Max.
No, it's HBO Max now. I think it's just HBO.
In 2015, it was certainly HBO. I have no clue. Showtime?
Dang it. Movies?
Huge jacked man voiced a pampered pet rat who gets sent down to the sewers by a street rat in this.
Great movie. Flushed Away.
Wow.
You never watched Flushed Away? It was a good movie.
Music.
I don't know. You would know this one.
That's not true. I don't. Common misconception. Let's see if it. BB. Nope, not Ratatouille. Flushed Away.
I'm proud of myself. Flushed
It
Away. I
is.
knew that one off rip. That's crazy. I vividly remember watching that movie though in the dentist office when I was getting the tooth pulled.
So it got flushed away.
No, they gave Millie a little baggie after.
Oh, snort teeth.
Led Zeppelin. Shout out Brian Burgess and Sam Griffin. Yes, let's double dip, please.
NFL?
No, it's a NBA. They said that the Mitch Richmond one was the Wizards. BB said. Let me double check.
But
Brian Burgess said it.
That's what I said,
Yeah,
right.
Brian Burgess said Wizards, and Brian Burgess is the smartest man I know.
Yes. No. Wait.
Yeah, we got it right.
Nice.
There we go.
I love this game.
This is a good one. Now we'll do athletic connections.
And we will get connected athletically. Or
Connect athletically. Or what?
I don't know.
Randy Jones, I can't wait for you to all have John Big Baby Pearson in studio and run that epic 8th grade football film highlights on him.
Bro, I played
They
it
are
for
epic.
I
Do
played
what?
it for
Mikey?
Uh-huh. And the chat was going nuclear. They're like, "That's who?" And I was like, "I'm telling y'all,
Yeah.
man. He's an athlete like this guy."
Athlete.
Athlete.
Christian Cali just sent me a reel by Freaky Center.
Oh.
I'm not opening that.
SIN?
Not opening that. No, Center.
Oh.
Like Dwight Howard.
Yeah, he got divorced and she took all of his stuff.
God, sucks.
Happens to the worst of you.
Yep.
Luckily, I don't have anything. David Lee?
I think it's 30 3-pointers, Davidson, and Warriors. And it's things associated with Steph Curry.
That was incredible. I like that. I like that.
Judo.
Oh, I see you know your judo well.
Judo.
What's the
taekwondo.
crime? Enjoying a delicious, succulent Chinese meal? Oh, get your hands off my penis!
That was pretty good.
Oh, yes, I see you know your judo well.
God.
Judo, taekwondo, boxing. Wrestling?
Yes.
That video is unbelievable.
Kansas State, Arizona, Villanova, and Northwestern.
Oh, yeah. Nelly. That's what it is.
These ones. Women's
Oh.
golf major winners. Yep. There we go.
We're back.
That was good. That one
Are
felt.
you
God, that
jinx?
felt good. I could do push-ups right now. That felt good. Feel rejuvenated. Bayou Bunghole, Noah. I'm in Central for a baseball tournament. Any historical sites I should visit here? Historical sites
Of
in
Central?
Let's see. If you're gonna go to
CAS Roofing?
yeah, go to CAS Roofing.
All about infaltables?
Magnolia Bridge Road. Historical sites. If you're gonna go to a Sonic, go to the one on Hooper Road, not the one on Greenville Springs.
Oh, okay. Why is
Much
that?
better. The one on Hooper is just faster. Greenville Springs takes forever. The one on Hooper Road,
You could go to the site of the crash.
they're choppy. You could go down Greenville Springs Road and relive where I had my car accident. Some historical sites. And see, I would tell you to go to Meatballs for breakfast, but they're closed now.
What happened?
I don't know, but they were the spot. Meatballs was the spot. Very, very good. I'm trying to think of historical.
Me that I could speak.
Sit down inside the car. We're not assuring anything. We're under arrest.
Look, I'm under what? Gentlemen, this is Democracy Manifest. Have a look at the headlock here. See that chap over there? Get your hand off my penis! This is the bloke who got me on the penis before. Why did you do this? For what reason? What is the charge? Eating a meal? A succulent Chinese meal? Oh, that's a nice headlock, sir. Oh, yes. I see that you know your judo. Good one. And you, sir, are you waiting to receive my limp penis? Now, get your hands off me. Ta-ta! One tough look.
Like, that might be one of the most impressive athletic
Tesla
feats
is
I've ever
finished.
seen.
Elon
shut
has
up.
failed.
Entire speech while resisting arrest from 8 different police officers trying to put him. I see you know your judo well. God,
What are you
such a
doing,
good
sir?
video.
Waiting to receive my limp penis?
Yes, Central Buffet, Glimmer for that. Great Central Buffet.
Where can you get a succulent Chinese meal?
Central
What's
Buffet.
the charge?
Central Buffet.
There we go. Ta-ta, farewell.
Trying to think of what other historical sites there are in Central. There's really not many.
I love that you know this. Ta-ta, farewell.
God, that was awesome. I mean, it was impressive. Like, he is keeping those guys away. Like, the hardest thing they've ever had to do is get this guy into the car, and he's giving a speech.
The democracy manifest.
Ah. What was I doing? Enjoying a meal?
A succulent Chinese meal? Ah, that's a proper headlock, sir. I see you know your judo well.
I mean, that's such a good video. Such a good video. I had one that popped up on my phone the other day that I meant to send you to play, but I'm so glad you just played that one because I forgot about that one.
God, it's an all-timer.
It is. Oh, Pierce texted me the other day after he saw you played his highlights in the break, and he loved it. Loved it.
Fratelli's
is good.
If you one place to eat in Central, last meal?
It would have been Meatballs.
Really?
But they're closed. It was good. Free refills on your coffee.
Oh, that's a disaster.
See, my spot in high school, like in high school, you always go to the Canes because it was right there on Wax, the same road as the school.
It is closed forever.
Los Palmas is really good in Central. The Los Palmas in Central is very good. Mexican place. They probably got the best salsa, and they've got really good tacos. But y'all would probably go for the Ritas. I don't know if their margaritas are good. I've never had one. So, Caliente got renamed, Brian.
To what?
To Zilantro's is the name now.
Same restaurant?
Basically.
Caliente held it down.
Yeah, the Caliente
that was a
in
spot
Central
where
was
people went to die.
Spot. But the Los Palmas in Central now is the best. They're about to open up a Walk-Ons in Central, a smaller one.
They used to do 2-for-1 margaritas at Caliente. Brother. Wrecked.
Used to have a Sammy's in Central. Used to be the spot. Closed. They're reopening it with something. I don't know what it's going to be.
What would your last meal be?
My last meal?
No, I'm changing the question.
Okay.
You've never had alcohol.
Uh-huh.
If you were to have an alcohol, what would you pick?
Well, see, so I've told the story about being at Hangout at the beach a lot, and a lot of it revolves around this family we were with and their obsession with bushwhackers. There's an obsession for bushwhackers in like Orange Beach, Gulf Shores. Like, it's everywhere.
Yeah.
Every sign says we have the best bushwhacker. And every time I tell the story, people are like,
So they called me in
I'll tell
high
you
school.
what, you would love a bushwhacker.
You would.
See, that's what everyone keeps telling me.
I mean, they're delicious.
But mine, it would probably be like I would probably like a daiquiri or something. A bushwhacker, a chocolate
But you love
daiquiri.
dessert.
I love ice cream. I love a
Yeah.
milkshake.
A bushwhacker is an interesting drunk because you have to, you're full of...
Well, see, that's what threw me off about it, because this guy we were with crushed like 2 large ones, and I was like, this is the part that I don't understand. Like,
belly full of milk.
I get your alcoholic tolerance, right? I understand that part.
You're alcoholic.
You're drinking 64 ounces of milkshake.
Chocolate.
Like, that's the part that really
fucked up off milk. I've had you know how I am about my, what do you, I guess, by body dysmorphia.
Right.
So I've had a bushwhacker, but it's not something I'm having 6 of.
Like, that's the part that blows my mind. Like, what do you
have
mean
to
you're getting
feel
another
awful.
one?
Hunter Hall probably bushwhacker.
Well, it's just the part that blows my, that's got to be the worst hungover ever.
That's what I'm thinking.
Because you've got to be like not just sick because you're hungover, sick because you had 4
full of
milkshakes.
Oh.
But
how much alcohol is in it? 1 ounce dark rum, 1 ounce Kahlua, 1 ounce dark creme, cream of coconut, milk. Yeah, 2 ounces of milk. God. Boys,
But I don't know. Like, see, I don't know what I
I'm
would
milk
like.
drunk again.
But it would like something like that, like a dessert beverage.
Yeah.
To have after a meal, I'd probably be like, that's awesome.
Margarita.
Probably.
Delicious.
Don't think I'd be a big beer guy.
No. Beer's a waste of
Or a
calories.
big like seltzer guy.
I hate seltzers.
I don't think I like because I don't like like the carbonated
water.
Yeah,
Me
like
either.
LaCroix. Don't like that.
Ugh. It
So I
makes
don't
me
think I'd
ill.
drink those either. I would like.
What about the spicy tequila? No ice. It's neat.
Sounds frightening.
That's what I did in Omaha. You're like, what is that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
Christian
scary.
took it to me. He was like,
Christian went.
because you like that?
See, like, okay, so a lot of times I'll base mine off of like the scent of the beverage because like that's all I'm getting. I'm not drinking it, so like beer doesn't smell appetizing to me. Crown Apple smells outstanding.
Oh yeah, bit of hangover.
Yeah, I guess. Crown
Yeah.
Vanilla smells really good.
The sugar.
Right. I do love sugar. So
Jameson and Coke, Fonz, we're too old to be mixing our liquor. Take out the calories.
Lloyd does do Coke Zero, Diet Coke
No.
0 calories. Yeah, Lloyd's not a big.
Ice guy.
Lloyd scares me. I mean, I can vividly remember in Omaha being like, "What are you doing?"
We went to go get breakfast.
When we have John Eads sitting in the, we're taking a break at 8 a.m. real quick to set up John Eads for you. I'm gonna mosey over to the fridge real quick.
Make a nice Red Bull vodka. It's vacation and work. I had to get the energy up.
There you go. There you go.
Now I wanted a beverage.
But
What's stopping me?
I'll never know. I'll never experience the Bushwhacker or the Jack Daniel's Honey on the Rock.
I wonder what you'd be like drunk. Would you get mad at me if I...
Yes, I would get mad at you. If I've committed 23 years of my life and not drank, I would be upset if you ruined
Well, I've
it.
committed 23 years of my life to drinking.
Right, and that's why
And
we
you
work.
don't- yeah.
That's why you don't want to mess that up.
That's true.
You don't
I
wanna
would...
mess that
God,
up. Don't
no,
ruin
never
that.
mind. Yeah, no. What about Adderall?
I don't need it.
It's true. But what if you took it?
Lloyd, did you see me when the
Oh, God. The rental car?
the rental car situation? The last thing you want is anything making that worse.
That was... It's so terrifying. I gave up.
I was very angry.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm organizing Clemson right now. I've got it all mapped out on my phone right now.
But you made a friend.
That guy, he was cool. We talked
What
about
did you talk
Halliburton's
about?
injury. He was from Indiana, so he's a Pacers fan. So we talked about basketball.
What was his
a bit.
favorite color?
I have no idea. What was your favorite color? Noah would be a shirtless drunk punching people and giving headlocks. You don't want Noah drunk.
Yeah, I do. I
I don't
just
think
wanted
I'm
to
aggressive.
Yeah, well, we don't know.
I did put you in your place on the bus, and I have harassed Christian a handful
Yeah,
of
he
times.
doesn't need it. He's already a bully, a tyrant.
A tyrant. You're the one that put me in charge, Lloyd.
That's true, and I stand by my decision. Tingle
There you go.
and Co.
And Co.
Mm.
And some people will say Tingle and Company, and I'm like, it's Tingle and Co.
Mm-hmm.
Company can be, like, you can think that it's Company, but it's also Courtney, and I guess Cowley,
Right.
and I guess Cousin for kinfolk.
He was here, but not here.
He was here, but not
so
here.
Bizarre. It's okay.
Maybe we'll see him next week.
He is currently fighting the good fight in NCAA 26.
What school is the dynasty?
He is upset
Why?
because we have double audio. Hold on, get out of here, Vixens. He is trying to debate between three-star piece of shit who got hot senior year, no idea where to go. BYU, Oklahoma State, or Indiana.
Oh, he's doing Road to Glory? BYU, Indiana, or who?
Oklahoma State. And I said, I'm stuck on game 2 trying to rip off a 50-yard run for Brian Kelly to get his rocks off. Like, what a ridiculous request. Oh, just run for 50 yards now. Like, okay, I
Let me tell you
can't.
the hack to do it. Halfback toss.
I'm a quarterback, you asshole. That would do me any
Because
good.
I did a running back and I completed the challenges easily. My quarterback right now, LeBron James, is
Can you guess my quarterback's name? I might make another one. I'm conflicted every year.
Russell Shepard.
No, that's second or
Yeah.
third actually.
Okay, what's first?
I mean Michael Vick Jr.
Of course.
Michael Vick the second actually. I put the two eyes.
That's awesome.
It does. It looks fire. Left-handed
I have
7
my running back is Noah Tingle.
unit. You should make a.
Went to Central High School because somebody had that in the team builder already.
I saw that.
And I used it because I was like, of course I want to play for Central
You
High
should
School.
be Pierce.
And then, yeah, well, I should be. And then my quarterback at St. Vincent St. Mary's is LeBron James.
That's awesome.
And I'm trying to go
But
to Ohio
after
State.
I spent too much time making Vic, as I looked up his measurables, what he wore in high school and college. He looks
You
just
put a
like
lot of
him.
thought into it.
I can't help myself.
That's crazy.
But I saw in the team builder East St. John, so I'm definitely doing Ryan Paralew.
Yeah, good job. And right now
The story that should have been written.
I played Dynasty all day yesterday. I'm Coastal Carolina.
Oh,
I'm trying to burn them into the ground.
Good. You should make the baseball coach the.
Kevin Schnall, head football coach, Coastal Carolina.
Ugh, what a disaster.
Chris Williams, my tight end is Luka Doncic. That's awesome.
The game's fun. It's hard.
Yeah, P-Dub said Rohan Davey.
Yeah, that would be fun.
That would be awesome. But
We'll ask him about it.
Good.
All right,
Appreciate
goodbye.
you guys. We'll be back Monday, 7-ish to 9-ish, as y'all want us to start saying. We will be back then. Have a great weekend. Enjoy hearing Kate Anderson's name get called first on Sunday. See you on Monday.
My flaccid penis.
That's not what he said.
Oh, unhand me, sir. Oh, I see you know your judo well.